Give me fuel, give me fire, give me double shot and time.
In that crew.
Started 12 today. Did not pit with 58 to go, along with Jeff Burton and Harvick and Ryan Newman. And Michael Waltrip, 5th in the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship coming in. Having a very solid day. And look at, oh, trouble, turn 1. Casey Mears into the wall. Caution is out with 34 to go. Casey Mears was running 14th.
And Johnson just barely beats Michael Waltrip back to the line to take over 3rd spot.
Jamie McMurray we're riding with now, if you were with us yesterday in our coverage of the NASCAR Busch Series 200. Oh, trouble, turn 3. 4 cars, 5 cars involved.
And Dale Jarrett.
Michael Waltrip. Dale Jarrett just got a piece of Waltrip. Got Christian Fittipaldi and Rusty Wallace. All in the wreck. That's 2 weeks in a row. Look at that.
My goodness.
I think a lot of that was from the 88 hit him. Yeah. The second impact there.
So that engine change. Dale Jarrett qualified 19th. Rusty Wallace still sitting on the racetrack. Dale Jarrett qualified 19th, but during his qualifying run, tagged a valve.
Can't get it to go.
With a piston. Had to change it.
Christian Fittipaldi. And add Tony Raines to that list of drivers I gave you.
That's a lot of damage to that car, Wally.
Yeah.
Man.
Every end, sides, both sides.
There's Tony Raines. And his first Southern 500 start. I checked that, his second Southern 500 start will come up very short.
Well, the 43 car is the first one we see in the wall. What caused all that to begin? No way of knowing.
Like Zero got into the left rear quarter panel, the 43 car of Christian Fittipaldi. Looks like what started it.
This won't be a good view. This is onboard Michael Waltrip. Turn 3, got a car in the wall. Jimmy Spencer, Burton, and Kevin LePage have all crashed. Boy, Spencer with a hard hit.
Back it in. You all right? I'm okay. Fuck. Oh.
No, he's not okay. He's got the air.
And knocked out of him.
Yeah, all the air is knocked out of his body.
Ward Burton apparently.
No, he's not okay. He's got the air.
And knocked out of him.
Yeah, all the air is knocked out of his body.
Ward Burton apparently and Kevin LePage getting in the oil from Spencer's car. You heard the crew chief Tommy Baldwin say the engine blew up and he backed it in. See Jimmy moving there in the car trying to get his breath, and
It's a hard hit.
boy, it was.
Boy, they never blow coming off the corner, do they, Benny?
Going in. When you back off the throttle, maximum speed, maximum RPM, that's when they decide to blow up.
And we talked about earlier the back straightaway being the longer of the two. They're really twisting these engines tight at the end of that back straightaway here at Phoenix.
Well, let's see.
Top of the screen.
Oh, yeah. Close the engine. Slips in his own oil.
Man.
Well, the Page didn't get it too bad, but Spencer, boy, what a hit.
Yeah, he just...
Ouch. And folks, that's in slow motion. And Biffle goes sliding through, barely missing the 7 car.
He just slipped in his own oil. I'm sure that thing grenaded, as we say.
And Ward Burton getting in the oil and catching the wall in turn 3. as well. Pit road is closed.
Ward's got a helmet off.
And the pit road is closed because of where Jimmy Spencer's car sits in turn 4, apparently. Oh, this is not going to be pretty.
That oil, fluids, the engine gets on the racetrack on the asphalt surface, and these tires hit it, and it just absolutely like hitting ice. If you've ever driven your car and hit a patch of ice, you know what Jimmy Spencer felt like.
We're back. Post Motor Speedway, Charlotte. Caution is out. Kurt Busch in the second yellow of the night. Obviously not happy.
Yeah, he looks like he cut a right front tire down. He got in the wall in 4. He was trying to get into pit lane, BP, but he couldn't get the race car down from the top of the racetrack.
He was just simply going too slow, and all the cars coming up on him so fast that he just couldn't turn in front of them. And you're right, this could not get down to pit road, so he ran a lap around there with the heavily damaged right side, and
the right front tire eventually is going to blow.
Yeah.
If you ride around on a flat tire, it's going to blow up or come apart. I think he's probably going to be happy his night's over for as loose as that car has been all night.
It's been a tough night. Here we go.
Okay, this is, I think, after he's already been in the wall. There's where the right front tire comes apart.
And now Kurt's just trying to get it stopped without hitting anything hard.
Yeah.
man, look at the sparks as the complete underside of the car is dragging the racetrack.
Was able to gather it back. He must have lost his brakes. There was no way
See the right front almost peeling off that car right there. And he's not up to full speed right here. He's probably 60%.
Good thing.
Fortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell you what, those things in real time hit the wall a lot harder than slow motion, don't they?
And on board with Kurt. This is the first contact.
See the car right there, shoot up to the right. Now he rides around all the way around again.
For a lap.
For a lap.
Until this happened.
Yeah. So he took the wheel off. It was because the wheel was off before he stopped. He was so mad.
Not too good. Now pit road has been closed because where Kurt's car came to rest was where the car's trouble down the front. Car on the wall.
Johnny Benson. Those guys were having such a good run today.
And the caution flag is out.
Okay, Ryan did not want to see this.
And the rescue vehicles are already rolling, coming toward Benson. As the field comes off turn 4, slowing for the yellow flag.
They usually couldn't do that before.
That's right. They had to wait till all the cars got back to the start-finish line, but they can now.
See Johnny unbuckling the helmet.
Looks to me like somehow, I don't know, somehow it looks like the 10 car and the 6 car got together. It looks like the 6 got into the 10's right rear quarter panel, or Johnny drifted up. I'm not sure, but definitely Johnny got turned.
And hard contact with that outside retaining wall with both the front and the rear.
Half a lap.
Trouble in turn 4. We didn't even get there. Johnny Benson, Larry Foy, Jimmy Spencer, David Green, and a couple of others.
Mayfield is involved.
Yep.
Is that Tony Raines?
Yeah, it's Raines in the white car. First caution's out. Lap 10. And remember that there's no more racing back to the caution, so this is the point that NASCAR has to determine what order the field was running in as soon as the caution comes out, and set the cars back in that order before they come to pit road.
And that's obviously going to be a huge problem here today because they're all 2 wide and 3 wide.
Yeah. Spencer, Benson, all torn up.
go around.
And Jeremy's right front is not turning. That's not a good sign.
Car's rear suspension broken. See on the back right rear fender sitting down all over the tires. There's Larry Foyt.
And again, when I talk about these drivers being so concerned about this, it's not only the danger of getting hurt, it's the fear of failure.
Let's see what happens here.
Oh, we saw it.
Oh, somebody just started to come around, like maybe had a flat tire. Was that Mayfield?
That is the left rear tire. We see the tire rolling down the racetrack. That is Jeremy's car.
So he went up into Benson when the tire came apart. Oh, Larry Foyt first, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then the jam up behind him.
That could be one reason that Jeremy had fallen back is because of that left rear tire going flat.
Second win of the season for Robbie Gordon, the Road King. Today at Watkins Glen, he wins the Sirius Satellite Radio at the Glen. Look at Dale Jr. Jeff Gordon spins off the last corner. Jeff Gordon is spun coming to the checkered flag. He's not going to make it to the start-finish line unless he can fire it up. And look at all the cars coming by him and all the positions he's losing.
Did he spin or did he get hit?
He might have gotten hit.
He was out of fuel coming off turn 10,
right.
Turn 11, and whoever was behind him just couldn't help, just ran right up the back of him.
I think it was
Junior was behind him at one time.
It wasn't Junior that hit him. It might have been Harvick or the 48 car. I'm not sure which.
Okay.
But Junior had already gotten by him on the backstretch.
Okay.
Robbie Gordon has won at Watkins Glen.
Hang on to that wheel, Robbie.
And Jeff Gordon is going to finish in 33rd place.
Here comes through the corner. He's out of gas, but he's trying to keep the car going to get to the line, and there they make contact, and he once again moves over in front of the 29, and around he goes.
It cost Harvick a spot. Jimmy Johnson went by him. Was he trying to block him or just trying to get out of the way?
I think he was trying to get out of the way, and Harvick, well, he obviously couldn't get around the left, so he turned back to the right, but in the meantime, he was all up in the back of Jeff Gordon.
And the driver and crew chief of the 29 car have been called to the big red truck to have a little meeting.
Steve Park.
That's Steve Park.
Head on in the wall. Man, that's a big time wreck.
Caution's out. Safety vehicles rolling already.
Steve's trying to start the thing.
I don't think he's going to get far.
No, it's not going to run too good, Steve.
No, here comes the window net down.
And that's just fuel in the exhaust system. The exhaust system is 900 degrees, 1,000 degrees, and the fuel that has fallen down in that steel exhaust system has to burn off some way.
See, here's one of the... All right, let's take a look at what happened to Steve first. What I'm starting to say is, see, they couldn't roll the safety cars across because these guys kept coming below Steve Park's race car between where the safety workers were and where his car is. And NASCAR tells the drivers in the drivers' meeting, if possible, go above the scene of the accident so we can get the safety trucks to the crashed car.
But if you're a driver, you don't want to go above the accident because there's debris up there and you don't want to get debris on your tires.
Exactly. That's where the debris would be located.
Got loose. He was on the outside there. The car just broke loose on him.
He and Todd Bodine might have made contact just before they got into the corner.
Back at Homestead Miami Speedway, the caution is out. Mark Martin and Ward Burton have just crashed down in turn 1. Martin and Burton racing for 10th position at the time.
No front tire issue there.
No, it looks like two cars just simply got together. And that flame is in the exhaust pipe. If it starts it up, it will blow it out. But it can't get the car started.
Yeah.
Take a look. Mark get loose. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Mark got loose driving underneath the 0 car.
Really loose. And on the right side of the Fords is an oil pump. So what has happened, he's knocked a fitting off the oil pump, and the oil has come back on the exhaust system. That has caused the fire.
They're pretty close together, which we see a lot of times when you get those bodies that close together going into the corner. Takes the air off the spoiler of the car down on the inside. And they get sideways.
Tell you what, this is a huge.
Now we'll see some pit strategies.
Well, let's see here. The
pit lane. Oh, they are open.
Pit lane is open, and most of the front runners have stayed out.
The big wreck. There it is. Robbie Gordon, Steve Park.
See Ricky Craven.
Is that Kurt Busch? Kurt Busch sitting sideways across the track through the smoke. I'll tell you what, could have been a lot more cars involved. And the field comes back to the caution flag. The race slowed for a second time.
Well, it was right there around 6th, 7th spot. Elliott was in 4th.
Tough break for Steve Park. He really needed a good run tonight.
They have.
Yeah, that was Mike Wallace involved. There's Matt Kenseth, the championship leader. He made it through. Remember, all the track position he lost last time put him right in the danger zone for getting caught up in something like that.
Yeah. Dodged the bullet.
Got to be lucky to win one of those championships.
Yes, you do.
I'll tell you. Wow. Look at the damage in front of Robbie's car. Front, back, side. Not everything but the roof.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. Uh-oh, we got somebody spinning down there. Steve, right in front of Robbie. Is that Steve? No.
That's Kurt.
Kurt Busch. And look at that. I mean, these guys can't even see where they're going.
Oh, that's a hard shot.
Guys got caught up in that deal, and a lot of it just, there's nowhere to go.
Look at Terry Labonte come through. Right through the smoke.
Biffle goes between two cars. Poor Steve Park. Car just spin up direct in front of him.
What was that?
He just lost it.
Boy.
And he didn't have a car close enough to really get the air off the spoiler, so it wasn't that.
I'll be really interested to hear from Kurt when he comes back from the medical center, because that was unusual.
And Robbie Gordon, no place to go. He's got his load as best he can, but
and he gets hit.
Gets hit from Mike Wallace from behind.
Now, we saw a little bit of this last night in the Busch race, and we had some guys that cut their tires, and tires went down, and we saw some spin-outs like that, but fortunately last night, they didn't collect 10 or 12 cars.
And we have a caution on the racetrack.
Oh, man, Michael Waltrip, heavy contact. Looks like he might have blown a right front tire. Ran over something and lost the air.
Heavy right front damage. Go to the garage, guys. Go to the garage. Can you bring a set of tires?
Man, and Michael Waltrip's luck, we talked about it, it just continues. All bad.
He was running 5th at the time.
Wow, what a shot.
Yeah. We have the onboard ride with Michael Waltrip.
Usual for a tire to blow like right there.
Yeah.
Usually it's when you're going into the corner.
We blew it right front. Talk to me when you get a chance, Mike.
Must have run something over.
And we got a car in the wall in turn 1. It's Joe Nemechek.
And heavy contact.
Blew a tire right front.
Wow.
Hit hard.
Boy, I guess.
Boy, did it ever hit hard. He's knocked the fuel pump off. That's where the fire is coming from.
And the safety workers already rolling. The field slowing down as the caution flag came out. The fire truck heading to Joe right now.
See, that's why we have this room.
Get out of that car, buddy. Get out of it.
Good sight.
Man's he hot. No, I mean, he's angry. He's angry, yeah.
It's good that he's feeling good enough to be mad when he got out of the car after a hit
And
like
look at that car burn. It's going to burn to the ground.
I think he's mad because it was on fire.
Dave?
And guys, the irony, they were just getting ready to pit on the next lap.
That is at the inside of turn number 2 where his car has come to rest. The field just coming by.
Yeah, there you see definitely a blown tire. Those are the tracks.
Yes.
And that's seem like they always blow just when you enter the corner.
Just in turn 1, it seems to happen a lot.
Looking ahead from Kevin Harvick's car. Wow. Wow.
Corner wall up there. Corner wall up there. Outside wall up there. Out.
That's Danny Kohler, the spotter on the 29 car, pointing his driver.
Nothing that you can do when you lose a tire going into a corner like that, especially here.
And look at the damage to the right side of that car.
You're going so fast here down into turn 1. It's hard to appreciate how these cars, how much speed is taken down into turn 1 here.
Oh, trouble. Jeff Gordon, Johnny Benson, Ken Schrader, and Casey Mears. Dave Blaney's in it also. That's turn 3 and 4.
Well, Jeff Gordon's bad luck continues. And Johnny Benson, serious damage to the Valvoline Pontiac. Serious damage.
These guys are tearing up every corner of these race cars, Light.
Gordon around. Don't know why. Wow, look at Benson get punched up in the air by Schrader.
And Kenny Wallace.
Kenny almost missed it.
Almost missed it, but not quite.
See if we can see what started this, BP.
See, the 41 car and Jeff Gordon are going to make contact right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 41 thought he was clear, and he wasn't. Boy, Bobby Labonte slipped through there. And Schrader barreled in there.
And Jeff.
Hannah 400 is brought to you by Pontiac. Trouble, turn 2, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Into the wall, caution flags out. Second place man in the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship.
And Junior has been having trouble the last couple of laps during our commercial break down in 1 and 2. His car was very, very high, like something was wrong.
Big moment in the championship there for Dale Jr. Big moment in the race because the caution flag is going to bring some people like Jimmy Johnson a chance to get some fuel that they need to make the checkers. And that is going to be done for the day from the looks of that car.
Oh, no question. See if we take a look at what happened here. See him going down into 1 right there. Car's bobbling a lot right there, BP. Gets back in the gas and just loses it.
All of a sudden, the car just spins around.
But the car looked loose as he got down into 1.
Well, you know, they've been talking about this car being a handful all weekend. And we caught just a clip at the end there of Junior's radio transmission saying, I just couldn't hang on to it this time.
Well, you know, in final practice, we rode along with the 8 car a bunch of times, and that car really looked unstable getting into the corners.
Elliott Sadler in trouble as we come back to the Kansas Speedway.
Got a fire truck right there at you, so you can hear me.
Well, we talked about those right front tires. We saw one. Could this be the start of something else? Because he obviously has blown a right front tire. Could be from a puncture.
And once again, the safety vehicle is rolling quickly by no longer racing back to the caution flag.
And like the rule or not, that's the benefit of the rule right there. That's what's the most important thing, is that these guys can get to that car that quick.
That's a hard hit.
Well, Elliott doesn't jump out. He is out.
That's 2 weeks in a row for Elliott.
Let's take a look. Yes, sir. That is definitely a blown right front.
See the tire coming apart. That's the right window out of the right door. And you see, well, there's the fuel pump fire. On the Ford, the fuel pump is on the left side. Yep, that's the oil pump fire. That's oil that has ruptured a line that's coming back on the exhaust system that is causing that fire.
Either way, it's really hard to breathe inside that car right now.
Terry Labonte is around. 4 cars in it. Ricky Rudd, Mike Skinner, Jimmy Johnson, and Sterling Marlin. Caution flag is out.
Is that Skinner? Skinner's in there too.
Pick in turn 3.
See the 77 car, Blaney, very, very high. So obviously something had happened beforehand. And oh man, this all starts there.
I think Terry got hit in the back to start that. Oh, look at that. Man. All 4 wheels off the ground.
Up in the air.
And I think this all started from the result of McMurray getting sideways when Robbie Gordon drove on the outside of him going into turn 3, and a bunch of cars checked up.
I'm not so sure that Dave Blaney didn't have a tire go down or something, because he kind of got out of the gas and got up out in that outside lane.
There he is, up the yellow car on the outside that Alan is talking about.
And Terry definitely got hit
a couple times.
Once to start it, and once there. That's Terry Labonte in the 5. Ricky Rudd, 21. This is Kurt Busch's view.
Clear, clear. Keep digging. Got 77 up top there. Come on.
Yep.
Mike Skinner.
Still there. Slow car ahead on the outside. Stay low, low.
Not a whole lot Mike could do there.
Oh.
Well, he was almost through it.
He was. And low or high, either one, there was no place to go as far as Skinner was concerned.
The blade of grass stuck across the lens of the camera. Jimmy Johnson got a piece of this too. On board with him.
Inside. In front of you, man.
He might have spun out of harm's way.
Happens. We're back with the cautions out. Elliott Sadler, Todd Bodine involved in a tangle off turn 4.
You know what we were talking about earlier, BP, when you get somebody loose, sometimes it can backfire on you? Yeah. Well, that's exactly what happened to Elliott Sadler in his 38 car.
For the 3rd race in a row, Elliott Sadler has serious damage to the M&M's car, and we can see as the window net goes down, he is angry.
Sadler and Bodine racing on the lead lap together. And it didn't work out. And that is a scene that Elliott's getting tired of repeating.
Yeah, no kidding. You're going to get...
The tough part is in every one of these races the last 3 weeks, they've been in the lead lap group when...
Now watch what happened here. You see Elliott Sadler gets up on the 54 car and gets him loose, just like Earnhardt did earlier in the race. Problem is, he just didn't quite clear.
As he comes down, he just catches him barely in the right rear, turning that 38 in the wall. From our helicopter.
See, there's that big push of air right there. Oh, he just...
Oh, and he's going to catch that wall head on.
Oh, and how did Bart miss him?
Ouch.
Todd Bodine getting together.
Turn 3, Bobby Labonte hard into the wall. Bottom of the racetrack to the top.
You got the yellow.
And Bobby Labonte has the window net down. He's trying to get out of that car.
So hard getting out with all that equipment on.
See Kyle Petty stopping to see if Bobby needs assistance.
And he does. He's out of there. Man, oh man.
We've been seeing a lot of fire lately, haven't we?
That car just spun like a top. It's like there was oil or water or something up in turn 3. Couldn't believe how quickly that car went around.
There is one other car involved in the crash, Mike Wallace, whose car has come to rest maybe 60 feet farther down the racetrack from where you're looking at Labonte's smoking machine.
Oops. Not quite out yet, fellas.
Well, it just came off pit road with a full tank of fuel. There's Mike Wallace out of his car. Good to see.
There you see the 18 car.
There's Mike Wallace. They're side by side.
I didn't see him there.
Okay, Benson drives into the 41. But they look like they save it.
Johnny's tires bent out.
The racetrack and he clips the 18 car.
Okay, that's why he spun so abruptly.
Yeah.
When Johnny made contact with the 41, it looked like it bent the suspension because you could see the tire in the 10 car just turn. Look at that hit. Oh my goodness.
Seven cars got a bunch of damage also.
Looks like Steve Park in the 30 and maybe Bill Elliott. I saw Elliott spin. Maybe Steve Park as well.
On board with Jimmy Spencer now for our next look.
Everybody checks up. Jimmy gets down right all the way to the bottom of the racetrack.
That was Steve Park that went around in the 30 car.
I saw some damage on that 7 car.
Jeremy Mayfield.
The way you do it, drive at it. It'll be gone by the time you get there, most of the time.
Well, that's why he's doing what he's doing. He's just mirror driving all over the racetrack. Uh-oh, trouble! Elliott Sadler over once and a half and on his roof. Now the car tumbling hard onto the pavement in turn 3. Caution is out. A terrible crash. There he is, right in the middle. And these guys are dicing. Go ahead, BP. And there he makes contact. He comes down trying to get in front of Kurt Busch. They make contact. And watch that thing fly. Now that it lands on that road you talked about. And then when it gets onto the racetrack again, it takes another nasty flip. Watch this hit. And that's the hard one right here. Oh, man. Yeah, they all look pretty hard. Yeah, they do. I don't want to be in there in any of them. Man. Like I said, that car really held up well above the driver. But you see the hood flopping around in the deck lid, the tethers that NASCAR has these teams installed to keep the hood and deck lid work. He took the steering wheel off right away. Yeah. That's unbelievable. He had a crash in practice driving for the Wood Brothers a few years ago in Michigan that looked like that. And see, that's the problem when you get, like I said, when you start mirror driving, and that's what these guys are doing. They're trying to get in front of each other, trying to make blocks this close to the end of the race. You're not going to give a guy a break. You know, something I want you to think about as you're watching these replays again. Watch what I think happened is Elliott reacted to Dale Jr. Dale Jr. started to turn left in front of Elliott, and I think Elliott just reacted to that and moved left. And that's when he came across the front of Kurt Busch. I don't think he was trying to block Kurt. I think he reacted to Dale Jr. making a sudden move to the left and just instinctively.
That could be, but I mean, you're still getting a lot of that going on right now that you don't see any other time of the race.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, one moves and everybody moves pretty much.
Already moving. Steering wheel's off. See, watch Junior here. He moves to the left to block Elliott, right here, and Elliott turns. Could be. Could be. He could be trying to dodge that 8 car.
I've seen him in the air a long ways before he hit anything.
Now the banking kicks the car back to the left.
For Junior. Couldn't hang on to it. Into the wall. Caution's out. And the field slows immediately.
No, he did have his hands full, that's for sure. He came off of 2 about 4 laps ago and almost lost it.
See him moving around inside the car. Bodine now gets a lap back, being the Lucky Dog Award.
Again, he got 2 today.
Second time today.
54 car, 19th place. First one not on the lead lap.
Okay, how many laps? 12 car needs. Look how slow he's going. I know he's waiting for a pace car, but
yeah, the pace car will catch him here.
saving that fuel.
As he was getting lapped by Ryan Newman,
Got up in the gray marbles or dirt or whatever you want to call it up there.
And Ashley was just trying to go faster than his car was capable of going, trying to keep up with Ryan Newman. On board with it.
Watch when he gets up just a little bit too high. Hear the wheels spin. That's because I lost grip.
one thing I guarantee you, he is not too happy right now. Good day gone bad all of a sudden for Dale Jr.
He moves back to third position in the NASCAR Winston Cup point standings. As they run now, Harvick would move into second spot.
Junior hadn't gotten out of the car yet. You see the safety workers, they're working with him.
I'm sure everything's okay before they move him.
Yep. Yeah, very, very typical procedure. So the safety workers there working with Dale Jr. And pit road will be open for lead lap cars this time. Any takers, you think?